At IDE Corp, we look at phenomena-based learning through 6 phases. First, the scientific phenomenon that becomes the hook, something that will intrigue your students. But next, move beyond mere inquiry to crafting an open-ended problem or challenge that students will tackle. Not every phenomenon-based task needs to be a problem. It could also be a challenge to invent something or create an artistic expression that isn't necessarily a problem, but it's still that open-ended challenge. So consider the hook and craft a problem or challenge, or engage your students in crafting a problem or challenge. It's important to align this problem or challenge with the state and local curricular standards. It may be that there are certain standards that are directly addressed through this problem or challenge, but there may be other standards that you can touch on as well if you tweak the problem or challenge slightly. And that may even include standards in other subject areas. Now it's time to generate the lessons and activities through which students will learn the content that they need in order to apply it to solve that problem or challenge. When it comes to this, I really like differentiated activity lists that offer students choice and voice over how they will learn. Providing students with choices also ensures that you can address the needs of each of your students. Once they've mastered the content, students then apply that learning to create the product. That is, the way in which they will present the solution. That could be a model, a drawing, a website, a scientific paper, a verbal pitch. The key here is that they should always have a real-world audience in mind. You may or may not choose to actually present students' products to a real-world audience, but students should be designing with the idea that they could, if they really like their solution enough, they could present this to someone who might be able to use it to make a difference. And there are many ways, online and in person, that you can present students' products to organizations and individuals who are involved in the area that is addressed by the problem or challenge. Finally, we have assessment. Now, formative assessment should be taking place throughout. And it's important to remember that if you are teaching through phenomena-based learning, your job is to ensure that your students are learning and therefore ensure that their product solution to that problem or challenge is great. So in a way, grading only that product is like grading the teacher. Everybody should get an A because the teachers helped everyone get to where they need to go. So we suggest using a transfer task that can be offered in a testing situation where students have a limited amount of time to now apply the same learning to another similar problem or challenge. They won't need as much time as the first because they will have already mastered the content. And this will also allow you to see how well each student has mastered that content. I also recommend strongly offering students assessments that look like the kinds of tests they will be taking in their lives. Because it's one thing to master the content, and it's another to be able to demonstrate that learning in a way that others know that you've mastered that content. So that's it in a nutshell, the 6 phases of phenomena-based learning.